All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have two matches going on at the same time for semifinals, the women's doubles. On lane 71, the tournament leading qualifier, Mexico. Raquel Orozco. Lane 72, number 4 qualifier from Canada, Dakota Fakey and Michaela Mitchell. On lane 75 and 6, on lane 75 we have the number 2 qualifier from the United States, Taylor Bailey and Brianna Clemmer. Lane 76, number 3 qualifier from Sweden, Alida Wallander and Kaisa Wegner. Ladies, without further ado, your pins are ready. You may commence competition.
It was working earlier. Right. No.
Come on, Tay. Come on, you guys. Yeah! Okay. All right, your turn, Bree. You got this. Remote, right here.
Mexico and Canada. On the right pair is USA and Sweden. For the Mexico team on the left pair, they were the top qualifier with a score of 26.73. Paola Limon and Raquel Orozco. against the Canadian team of Dakota Fakney and Michaela Mitchell. On the right pair, USA, Taylor Bailey and Brianna Klemmer against Sweden, Alida Molander and Kaisa Wegner. On the right pair, both teams started with a double. Each player got a strike. On the left pair, Iola Limon started with a spare and Dakota Fakney started with a spare. A strike by Raquel Orozco. With Michaela Mitchell coming up on the left pair. On the right pair, Taylor Bailey on the right-hand lane. And Alida Molander on the left-hand lane. Strike by Taylor, that's a double for her. Michaela Mitchell came up light, missed the head pin to the right. 7-pin count, left to 1-2-8. On the right-hand pair, we have Alida Molander working on a strike. 7-pin count, 2-4-5. Also on the right pair, on the right-hand lane of the right pair, Brianna Klemmer up working on a strike. Solid 10-pin by Brianna. Michaela Mitchell easily covers the 1-2-8. Molander got the 2 and the 5, left the 4-pin standing. On the right-hand pair, Klemmer attempting the 10-pin, easily covers it. On the left-hand pair, Paola Limon working on a spare. Comes a little light and leaves a 2-8. Kaisa Wegner for Sweden on the right-hand pair, working on a strike. A little bit light, left the 8-pin. Good strong ball though. Dakota Fakney from Canada leaves the 2-4-10. She was working on a spare. Good cover by Limon. And Wegner, good cover on the right-hand pair. Left-hand pair, Dakota's shooting for this 2-4-10 split. Picks off the 4-pin. Gives her 25 through 2 frames. On the right-hand pair, Taylor Bailey working on a double coming up. Left-hand pair, Raquel Orozco working on a strike in the 2nd frame. Good solid strike. Taylor Bailey came up high, left a 3-6-7 split, 3-6-7-10 split. Now Alida Molander on the right-hand lane. Solid strike. Come back after that open frame in the 2nd. Michaela Mitchell on the left-hand pair. In the pocket with a 10-pin. Taylor Bailey lining up to the left, shooting cross lane on this 3-6-7-10 split on the right-hand pair. Missed it, picked off 2 pins, gives her 52 through 3 frames. With Brianna Klemmer coming up on the right-hand pair for the USA. Michaela covered that 10-pin easily on the left-hand pair. On the right-hand pair, Wegner. Light, leaves the 210. And Clemmer on the right-hand pair, working on a spare.
Come on, Bree.
Comes a little tight, leaves a 4-pin.
Stay clean, you got this.
Limon for Mexico on the left-hand pair. Good solid shot, leaves a 10-pin, working on a spare. Wagner gets one of the 210. Gives her 47 in the third frame. And fake knee. A little light, leaves a 10-pin for Canada.
Great spirit, Bree. Great job.
And Clemmer easily covers the 4-pin for the USA. All right, Limon easily covers a 10-pin for Mexico. On the right-hand pair for the USA, Taylor Bailey trying to shake off that split.
Great shot. Great
Solid shot, leaves a 9-pin. Now on the left-hand pair, Dakota Fakney shooting for the 10-pin. Good cover by Dakota. Alida Molander for Sweden on the right-hand pair, working on a strike. And make it a double. Raquel Orozco for Mexico on the left-hand pair, working on a double through a strike for a turkey. Taylor Bailey on the right-hand lane, shooting at the 9-pin.
Yeah, Tay, great spare.
And Michaela Mitchell on the left-hand pair for Canada, working on a spare in the third frame. And the strike. Let me give you the match on the left-hand pair. Mexico's got a lead, especially with Raquel Orozco with the turkey. On the right-hand pair, Wagner just left a 7-10 in the pocket. What a bad break. Clemmer now on a right-hand pair for the USA, working on a spare.
Come on, Bree.
Strike. USA has about a 15-pin lead. Limon for Mexico comes a little light, leaves a 2-4-8. Wagner picks up the 1. 2 splits in a row for Wagner.
Start it up right here, Tay. You got this.
Left-hand pair, Dakota Fakney. Leaves a 4-pin. She was working on a spare. Limon throwing at the 2-4-8. Easily covers it. On the right-hand pair, Taylor Bailey working on a spare.
Come on, Tay. Hit it.
Comes light, leaves the same type of 7-10 split that Wagner just left on the same lane. That's 7-10 in the pocket, just a little bit light. Now on the left-hand pair, fake knee, throwing her spare for the 4-pin. Oh, and goes right by it, just missed it. Hey, on the right-hand pair, Wagner for Sweden comes back after 2 splits and gets that strike. And Orozco now on a 4-bagger for Mexico on the left-hand pair. In the meantime, Taylor Bailey gets 1 of that 7-10 split, gives her 79 in the 5th. Brianna Clemmer now coming up for USA on the right-hand pair. On the left-hand pair, Michaela Mitchell working on a strike in a 4th frame. That's a double. On the right-hand pair, Clemmer working on a strike. Make that a double for her. And now Wagner's up on the right-hand pair. And Limon on the left-hand pair. That's the way to shake off them two splits for Wagner. Limon light left a 2-8 on that left-hand pair. And now Dakota Fakney working on, after missing that 4-pin, needs to pull her back together right here. And a little light, leaves a 1-2-10 washout. Right-hand pair, Taylor Bailey working, trying to overcome that 7-10 split she left in the 5th frame. She's now in the 6th frame. A strike by Taylor Bailey, spare by Limon. Limon has 5 spares in a row. Her teammate, Raquel Orozco, is coming up next. Working on a 4-bagger. Nice cover by Dakota Fakney of Canada on that 1-2-10 washout. Alita Molander working on a turkey. Comes a little light, leaves a 2-4-5-7 spare. Okay, and the right-hand pair, Molander shooting for that 4-pin spare, 2-4-5-7. Covers it. Brianna Klemmer on the right-hand pair, working on a double. Solid 10-pin for Klemmer. And the right-hand pair, Wagner, working on a strike. Comes high, leaves another split. A 3-4-6-7 split. The left-hand pair, Raquel Orozco working on 4. Leaves a 7-10 in the pocket. Pocket 7-10. Between these two matches, just in half a game, we've seen that happen 3 times now. Klemmer covers the 10-pin. Wagner shooting for that split. It's everything but the 4-pin. Michaela Mitchell now leaves a 1-2-10 washout that her teammate just left on the same lane but covered. Orozco fails to get a pin. Has 114 through 5. Her teammate has 72 through 4 with a spare up. And on the left-hand pair for Mexico, for the Canadian team, Fakney has 53 through 4 with a spare up. Michaela Mitchell. Taylor Bailey for the USA on the right-hand pair, double now. Michaela fails to make that washout. She now has 94 through 5. Mexico has a 41-pin lead after 5 frames. And Alita Molander goes high, leaves the 6-7-10 split. Brianna Klemmer on the left-hand lane of the right-hand pair, working on a spare.
Come on, 3. Hit it. Yeah! Great job, ladies. Great.
Looks like the USA's got about a 30-pin lead. Mexico, Paola Limon throws her first strike of the game. In the meantime, Molander gets one pin on that 6-7-10 split on the right-hand pair. On the left-hand pair, Dakota Fakney now coming back after converting that washout. Throws the ball right in the pocket, leaves a 10-pin. Kaisa Wegner for Sweden on the right-hand pair now. She's had 3 splits in this game. Throws a strike, though. Right there. The USA has a commanding lead, as does Mexico in the match. And the left-hand pair, Raquel Orozco, started this game with 4 strikes before she left that 7-10 split in the 5th frame, now up in the 6th frame. Leaves a 10-pin. And Taylor Bailey on the right-hand pair for USA, working on a double.
Come on, Tay. Get it. Yeah!
Carries that.
Come on, Bree. Double up right here. Big double.
Left-hand pair, Dakota Fakney now throwing for the 10-pin. Easily covers it. On the right-hand pair, Alita Molander working on a open frame. Pulls over, crosses over, gets it Brooklyn, and it carries. On the left-hand pair now, Raquel Orozco making her attempt at her 10-pin. Brianna Clemmer on the right-hand lane for USA, working on a strike. The double for Brianna Clemmer. USA's working on a turkey for Bailey, a double for Clemmer. Taking a commanding lead in their match. Left-hand pair, Michaela Mitchell now trying to come back after missing that washout. Puts it right in the pocket, leaves a 10-pin, good shot. Wegner now has a double. On the right-hand pair, Taylor Bailey coming up. On the left-hand pair, Michaela Mitchell throwing for the 10-pin. Covered easily. Taylor Bailey for the USA working on 3 strikes here in the 9th frame. Goes high, leaves a 4-7. The left-hand pair, Paola Limon working on a strike for Mexico. On the right-hand pair, Alita Molander working on a strike for Sweden. 10-pin, 10-pin. Each of the competitors just left a 10-pin. Taylor Bailey now throwing for that 4-7 spare in the 9th frame. Covers it. Dakota Fakney working on a spare for Canada. Throws a strike. It's her first strike of the game for Dakota. Good cover by Molander for Sweden on that 10-pin. And Limon for Mexico on the left-hand pair. Brianna Clemmer, USA, on the right-hand pair working on a double. Up high, leaves a 4-pin. On the left-hand pair, Michaela Mitchell now working on a spare in the 7th frame of this semifinal match of the World Youth Bowling Girls Doubles. Comes light, leaves the 2-4-8, Michaela does. Right-hand pair, Kaisa Wegner. Throws a strike. That's a turkey for her. Raquel Orozco for Mexico on the left-hand pair. Throws a strike. She was working on a spare. Clemmer shooting for the 4-pin on the right pair. and Mitchell throwing for the 2-4-8 on the left pair for Canada. And covers it easily. Going into the 10th frame in the USA versus Sweden match on the right-hand pair. Taylor Bailey's coming up for the USA. USA team has about a 40-pin lead going into the 10th frame.
Come on, take.
Taylor Bailey comes high, leaves the 4-6-7 split. Limon now on the left-hand pair in the 8th frame. Leaves a 10-pin. Now Molander for Sweden on the right-hand pair. Carries her strike. Hey, Bailey gets 2, finishes her game with 183 for Taylor Bailey of the USA. On the left-hand pair, Dakota Fakney working on a strike, leaves a 9-pin. On the right-hand pair, Alida Molander, 169 in the 9th, strike up in the 10th. There's a max score of 199. As far as the other competitors go, Wegner for Sweden has a max score of 204, and Klemmer has a max score of 227. Molander now shooting for the 10-pin, covers a 10-pin for 189. On the left-hand pair, Dakota Fakney throwing at the 9-pin, covers it easily. Right-hand pair, Brianna Klemmer coming up in the 10th, working on a spare.
Come on, Bree.
Throws a strike. That pretty well locks up the match. And the left-hand pair, Raquel Orozco throws a strike for a double in the 8th frame. Molander covers her 10-pin for a 189. Right-hand pair now, Brianna Klemmer working on a strike in a 10th frame. Leaves the 2-8-10. The USA has the match on the right-hand lane in hand. On the left-hand lane, big strike by Wegner. The left-hand pair now. The Mexico team has a commanding lead going into the 9th frame. Brianna Klemmer shoots 215. The USA has 398. And the best the Sweden team can do is 393. Strike by Limon in the 9th frame for Mexico. Strike by Dakota Fakney in the 9th frame. Cover by Wegner, 191. 380 for the Sweden team, 398 for the USA team. So the USA team advances to the finals, to the gold medal match. And the Sweden team will take home a bronze medal for their performance. On this left-hand match, A little bit light by Michaela Mitchell. Orozco left the 10-pin on the left-hand pair, making her attempt at that right now. Good cover by Raquel Orozco on that 10-pin. Michaela Mitchell going for the 2-4-5-8. And makes it. Yeah, going into the 10th frame. The Mexican team has a 56-pin lead moving to the 10th. So, Paola Limon for Mexico up on the right-hand lane of the left pair, working on a strike. Throws that double. Now Dakota Fakney for the Canadian team up on the left-hand lane of the left-hand pair. Her max score is 192. Limon's max score is 211. Crosses over, leaves the 610. Paola Limon for Mexico working on a double here in the 11th frame. Leaves the 2-4. And Dakota Fakney for the Canadian team throwing at the 610, covers it easily. Paola Limon gets one for a 198. Dakota Fakney's up in the 10th frame now on her fill ball. Strike here will give her 172. Goes a little wide, leaves the 127. Dakota Fakney ends up with a 169 game. The left-hand pair, Raquel Orozco, now working on a spare. Throws that strike. Has a max score of 233. Michaela Mitchell's max score is 196. So the Mexican team easily advances to the gold medal match against the USA. Nice strike by Michaela Mitchell. Raquel Orozco leaves a 7-pin. Cover will give her 223. Michaela Mitchell working on a strike here in the 10th frame. Like to finish out strong. Goes high, leaves a 310 split. Raquel Orozco covers that for a 223 game, giving the Mexican team 421. The Canadian team with a cover by Michaela Mitchell at 355. So there we are. We have it final. The gold medal match is set up. Mexico, which was the top qualifier, and USA, which is the second qualifier. They'll both advance to the gold medal match next.
The winner of match one, they'll move on to the gold medal match. Canada, bronze medalist. Match two, United States will move on to the gold medal match. The winner, Sweden, the bronze medalist. Thank you. Well, ladies, you have 5 minutes of official warm-up as soon as we get our machines on. And over 2.5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, welcome to the 2018 World Bowling Youth Championships doubles girls gold medal match. Let me set it up for you. Mexico, top seed and out of the qualifying, won their first match over Canada, 421 to 355. Their opponent, the second-seeded USA team, Taylor Bailey, Brianna Klemmer, they won their match over Sweden, 398 to 380. Paola Limon, Raquel Orozco, again, were the top qualifiers. Limon, during qualifying, had a high game of 259 with 14-21 six-game total. Orozco had a 12-61 six-game total with a pair of 258s as her high games. The USA team, Taylor Bailey, shot 12-60 for her 6 games with a high game of 268 coming in Game 5. And Brianna Klemmer shot 13-61 for 6 in her high game in the 4th game of 279. During the semifinals, Paola Limon shot 198. Raquel Orozco started off with 4 strikes, ended up shooting 223 to dominate over the Canadian team. Again, 421 to 355. The players are practicing right now, getting ready for that gold medal match. On the USA side, Taylor Bailey shot 183, Brianna Klemmer 215 for a 398 over Sweden's Alida Molander and Kajsa Wegner, 189, 191 respectively for a 380. So here we are at historic Thunder Bowl Lanes in suburban Detroit, 2018 World Bowling Youth Championships, the girls doubles finals gold medal match. They have about 1 more minute to practice, and then we'll get into the match. So enjoy the practice while we're waiting. Okay, practice is now completed. Last ball just being thrown. We'll go into the competition now. Okay, here we go. Lanes are all set.
Women's doubles competition on lane 73 from Mexico, Paola Limon y Raquel Orozco. 74 to 96, Taylor Bailey and Brianna Klemmer. Ladies, the lanes are ready to make.
World Bowling CEO Kevin Dornberger just announced the 2 teams, and now they're ready to go. Okay, Taylor Bailey for the USA is going to start the match on the right-hand lane. A little wide, leaves a 10-pin. On the left-hand lane, Paola Limon for Mexico. Throws a strike. In the semifinal match, Limon didn't get her first strike till the sixth frame. In this case, she gets it in the first. Bailey now making her attempt at the 10-pin on the right-hand lane. Covers it up easily. Raquel Orozco started her semifinal match with 4 strikes in a row. Let's see how she starts here. Orozco starts with a strike for the Mexican team. Mexico, 2 strikes. Brianna Clemmer now for USA. She goes wide, leaves the 2-8. Double wood spare. Brianna Clemmer on the right-hand lane, lining up for that 2-8. And covers it. Taylor Bailey for the USA working on a spare in the second frame of this gold medal match.
Come on, Tay. See it. Yeah!
Throws a strike. Paola Limon for Mexico starting on the right-hand lane here in the second frame, working on a strike. Now has a double. Brianna Clemmer working on a spare on the left-hand lane. Lane 73 here at historic Thunder Bowl, suburban Detroit. Leaves a 9-pin. After being a little late in the first frame, made an adjustment, now a little tight, left a 9-pin. Raquel Orozco for Mexico on the right-hand lane. Comes light, leaves a 7-pin. Mexico has an 11-pin lead after 2 frames.
Great spirit, Bree. Great job. Great frames.
Well, Orozco easily covers that 7-pin.
Big double right here.
Taylor Bailey for the USA, hitting up in the third frame, working on a strike.
Come on, Tay.
A little wide, leaves a 2-pin. Paola Limon working on a double here on the left-hand lane. Three in a row for Limon. Okay, Bailey covers that 2-pin.
Remote right here.
Raquel Orozco coming up for Mexico, working on a spare in the 3rd frame. There's a strike. Mexico forges out to a 21-pin lead. Brianna Clemmer on the right-hand lane.
Come on, Bree. Hit it. Yeah! Way to go, Bree. Come on, take it back, honey, right here.
Taylor Bailey on the left-hand lane working on a spare. Strike, spare, spare, strike, spare so far for Bailey.
Come on, Tay. Hit it. Yeah! Use it. Come on, Bree. Double up right here.
Viola Limon on the right-hand lane for Mexico. Got the first 3 strikes here. She's up in the 4th frame. Got the first 4 strikes. Brianna Clemmer on the left-hand lane, working on a strike for USA.
Come on, Bree. Yeah! Great double. Way to go, Bree. Yes!
Raquel Orozco for Mexico on the right-hand lane. She's working on a strike here in the 4th frame. Leaves the 2-10 split. Comes a little light. Just gets 1. Mexico has a 9-pin lead through 4 frames. Taylor Bailey now for USA on the right-hand lane with a strike up here in the 5th frame.
Come on, Tay. Yeah! Way to go, Tay. All right, Bree, keep it going.
Paola Limon on a 4-bagger in the 5th frame on the left-hand lane for Mexico. Cool, calm, collected. Limon gets her 5th strike in a row. Brianna Clemmer leaves a 4-9 after working on a double here in the 5th frame. Raquel Orozco on the left-hand lane, trying to shake off the effects of that 2-10 split that she missed in the 4th frame. She leaves a 6-7-10 split. The semifinal match, Orozco was the star for Mexico. Limon is turning in to be the star in the final match here. Brianna Clemmer gets 1. Roscoe making her attempt at her 6-7-10 split. Gets 2. So at the 5th frame, after 5 frames, Orozco has 77 in the 5th. Paola Limon has the first 5 strikes. Taylor Bailey 60 in the 3rd. We're working on a double, and Brianna Clemmer 95 through 5. Taylor Bailey coming up on the left-hand lane, working on a double in the 6th frame.
Come on, Tay. See it. All right.
Little light, leaves a 7-pin. Now Limon on the right-hand lane, perfect through 5 in the 6th frame now. Comes light, leaves the 2-8-10 split. Bailey with her spare converts the 7-pin easily on lane 73. And Limon on the right-hand lane, this 2-8-10. She gets 1. So at this juncture, Mexico's lead is cut to 4 pins. Brianna Clemmer coming back after that split with a strike and a 6. Raquel Orozco, who's working on 2 splits in a row, like to get back to where she was. Strike by Raquel Orozco in the 6th. Mexico with a 4-pin lead through 6 frames. Paola Limon for Mexico coming up on the left-hand lane. Taylor Bailey for the USA on the right-hand lane. Bailey gets a strike. Let's see how Limon responds. Leaves the 4-7-9-10 split. It's been trying to make an adjustment off that light shot back in the 6th frame. Brianna Clemmer now working on a strike for USA on the right-hand lane. Leaves a 10-pin. Paola Limon goes for the 2 on the right, gets 2. 151 through 7 for Limon. Brianna Clemmer now shooting the 10-pin on lane 74. Covers it easily. Raquel Orozco up on the left-hand lane with a strike. Strike at the 6th. Now she's up in the 7th frame. A double. Through 7 frames.
Right here, you got this.
Through 7 frames, the match is dead even. Limon is now coming up on the right-hand lane. Limon answers the call with a strike in the 8th frame. Bailey for the USA is working on a strike here in the 8th frame. 129 through 6, strike up in the 7th. Big strike for Taylor Bailey. Ball kind of froze for her. Raquel Orozco working on a double on the right-hand lane. Comes up with the double. Brianna Clemmer on the left-hand lane. 115 through 6, spare up in the 7th. Throws a strike. Mexico has the slimmest of leads going into the 9th frame here. Limon on the left-hand lane in the 9th, working on a strike, 151 through 7. Double for Limon. Limon has a max score of 241. Orozco 227. Bailey 249 and Clemmer 225. As you can see, this match is extremely tight. Bailey working on a double in the 9th frame. Went a little wide, came back a little light, carried them all. Orozco now working on 3. Made an adjustment after those 2 splits in the 4th and 5th frame. Is now strung 3 in a row going into the 9th frame. Orozco got her strike. Clemmer's coming up on the left-hand lane. Good shot by Clemmer on the right-hand lane, left a 10-pin. Advantage Mexico at this point. It was a good shot by Clemmer. Going into the 10th, Limon has a max score of 241. Orozco a max score of 227. Bailey a max score of 249. And Clemmer 205. So Bailey came up a little light. Limon now on the right-hand lane, working on a double. Big strike by Limon in 10th frame. Bailey shooting for the 2-8.
Great spare, Tay. Great job.
Covers it easily. Bailey's max score now is 227. Limon 241. Mexico definitely has the advantage at this point. Limon now up on the right-hand lane working on 3. The light leaves the 2, 4, 5, 8. Leaves the bucket. Her max score now is 227. Bailey's score, max score is 227 with a strike here. He's a 10-pin. Bailey shoots 226. Limon spares up for 227. Orozco has a max score of 227. Clemmer has a max score of 205. Clemmer leaves a 4-pin. Big shot for Orozco right here. He's a 4-pin. Good cover by Clemmer. Spare here by Orozco will seal the match. Spare by Orozco. Clemmer throws a strike for 194, gives the USA team 420. Orozco now. That for 206, 433. So the final score, Mexico 433, USA 420. Mexico wins the gold medal. USA the silver. Bronze medals will be awarded to Sweden and Canada. The losers in the semifinal matches And that's all for this gold medal match in the girls doubles here at the 2018 World Bowling Youth Championship.
Mexico. The medal ceremonies will commence immediately after the men's finals.
¡Qué pedo!